true.
Apparently, Apple will not let villains use an iPhone in movies and TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing.
So
in such a bad way.
Yeah. So if you're watching a mystery or some sort of thriller or something,
you know who
check
did
their
it.
phones.
Check their phones.
Yep. You see that Apple logo? Trustworthy. Yeah. See this, JD? Oh shit. There's an apple under there.
Okay, I believe you, Nick.
3, 2, 1. This is OGGR. It's all OGGR now.
Gamers and geeks, welcome to OGGR.
Yeah, Old Guys Geekly Review episode 29.
Man, Nick, 29 episodes.
I know, it's almost like we're making it.
It's
We're
great.
making a podcast.
We are making it. You know what? A lot of people can't even stand to be around another person for 29 days.
That's true. You know what?
And I say, we're just getting started. I feel like we're just getting started.
I bet if we were marooned on an island and you had to deal with this for 29 days, I think maybe you'd get a little, all work and no play.
What would we have to do on the island? I mean, would we have games? Could we entertain ourselves? Besides hopscotch, tic-tac-toe, beat your ass in tic-tac-toe.
I mean, with the power of Dungeons and Dragons.
I could probably recite most of those rules by hand, and we make up all the rest of them just like it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
making up the rules. You have a good week?
Yeah, I did. I'm a little disappointed. My Dead Space that I ordered from Limited Run still ain't here.
Oh,
and
man.
it's stuck in North Carolina.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so what they're doing, their DHL is handing it off to the Postal Service.
Oh yeah,
and it's just limbo.
No faith.
Yeah,
no faith there. Yeah,
I'm starting to sweat a little bit.
Well, I hope I don't get mine before you get yours, because that would be very sad.
Yeah. Why did you order it after it came out?
I got it through the rental service, Gamefly,
God.
so I got a copy coming in.
Yeah, you might. I'm supposed to get it by the 3rd, but for the last 2 days, there's been no update.
I know mine is shipped. I don't know what kind of limbo hell it's in, but yeah, I might get mine before you get yours.
Have you ordered from Limited Run Games before?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not directly.
Oh.
All the Limited Run games that I have come through Amazon.
Okay, I know they got an Amazon
yeah.
thing, but I did not order through Amazon, which I probably should have. Just trying to eliminate the big boy on top.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to support the man,
the Bezos.
Yeah.
What about your week? You had a decent week?
Things have been great. I've been just doing some geek stuff and getting this basement set up. I got a new shop, TCG player for all you Magic players out there. I got a new shop set up called Pennington Sales. And if you want some Magic cards, I'm going to be putting a bunch of comic books and stuff on there. So just plug in my new little store.
Shameless self-promotion.
Exactly. TCG player. So new shop opening. I'll be putting stuff in every day for probably the next year. Just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. JD's got some good finds. Should we hop into it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's hop into the movies.
Do you want to do any big news before that? Because I got some stuff that's kind of like overarching of a lot of themes.
Yeah, go for it. We'll go with that.
So Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
We've been talking a lot about their whole, the fiasco that was them redoing their open game license. Well, so they've backpedaled. And the open game license is now they decided to basically let the fans win. They put it in Creative Commons, so now they don't really even have any control over that license anymore. So the fans won that battle. But not the war. Oh man, I was so happy that happened, and then the other news, they're firing 15% of their employees.
Damn.
Yeah. 1,000 people are losing their job because of poor management decisions. Because they're,
because all these people making a living off of D&D don't want to give up some money to.
Yeah, basically people eking out stuff for their hobby, and So anyway, I'm both happy that the players won the open game license, but the poor executive decisions didn't come down on them. It came down on 1,000 hapless workers just doing what the executives were trying to do. So Hasbro, get your shit together.
Yeah, capitalism at its best. Just run off greed. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, so that's just like, oh man, that's I still don't know if I can keep supporting D&D and Magic with all this stuff, and I love it. It's a huge. I mean, I got stock in Hasbro, and I've been a fan of it my whole life. So having to come to a point where I'm thinking about not supporting it anymore is like a huge life decision for me.
Yeah,
because I've always been a D&D player.
Well, fuck, 30 years? 30 years at least? 50?
50
years?
Yeah, getting close to 50, 70. Yeah, it's 50 years now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That was a long time to support something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to have it all poof.
Yeah.
Up in smoke.
So anyway, that's some vegetable news. On the fruit and dessert news though. You want to talk about James Gunn, just the whole universe and all that?
So let's see. I have notes.
We can kind of start movies with that.
All right. So he's released the slate, the DC slate.
Yeah.
And we've got. I didn't write down a lot of the TV shows
because
I didn't know them. The only one I really recognized was the Lanterns.
There's, I didn't see the Lanterns in there.
No, you didn't?
I saw Swamp Thing and Brave and the Bold.
Okay, Brave and the Bold, I believe, is going to be... Let's see. So I got Superman. They're doing a Superman movie. They're going to do a movie about Batman's son, who's like a murderous mofo.
Damian, he is a very interesting character. I've got the comics that you should read that this story will probably be based on. It's a very good series. And the kind of feeling I get is James Gunn is going to have Superman more of... They're going to turn him less into Earth's savior and more into resident alien, stranger in a strange world, having to deal a lot with Kryptonian. The leftover civilization. So he's going to be kind of divided, and I think it's going to make Superman a more interesting character.
Yeah. Because
it sounds like they're going to do a lot more space civilization stuff with the Superman genre, and Lobo's probably in there as well. So some good stuff, which DC really hasn't done much with.
Yeah, they haven't. So yeah, I got the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
After that, I got Supergirl. Excuse me, and Swamp Thing. Those are the announced movies that I saw, and then there's 5 shows, which I have the Lantern. God, I don't remember the other ones. I didn't write them down because I just didn't recognize them.
The only 2 I got was the Brave and the Bold and Swamp Thing, but there may be more.
Yeah,
there may be more. The Authority. That's right, The Authority.
Yeah, I think that is a TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So
how do you feel about it? You excited for the Gunn DC verse?
Kinda. I'm not much of a DC fan. That's not really a secret. So, it'd be interesting to see where it goes. I'm more interested to see like the gritty characters that I like Lobo, or if they bring the Red Hood in, or
it sounds like things, especially the Earth-based stuff with Swamp Thing, are going to be rooted in some kind of darker stuff, and I like the idea of that.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. I love comic books and superhero stuff. So, yeah, I just I'll soak it all in with my eye sponges.
As we all should.
Yeah, and my ear
sponges.
Away. Yes.
Sponge away.
I'm going to absorb it better than a roll of Bounty paper towels.
And we all know what we do with those.
We clean some stuff.
Yeah. All right. You watch anything?
Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so the Banshees of Isherin, which is okay. It was a really good movie. It's just not my type of movie. And I still don't remember the other guy's name in there, but Colin Farrell, he did a great job. It's basically two old friends, and one of them just decides out of the blue that he doesn't want to be friends with the other guy again.
Oh,
And,
well, that's kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
happens.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was a good watch. I've watched it twice now. Probably should do it without the edibles so I can like absorb it. Like,
I don't know.
Like
I don't know,
but...
man.
Oh, it was weird. There's one part where this dude just cuts all of his fingers off.
Oh.
And he's a violinist and he can't play the violin no more, so he's just shaking a violin with one hand while his bloody stumps are just it's crazy. Okay, and then I watched You People, which is Eddie Murphy's comeback movie to Netflix.
Oh, okay. So was it a comeback?
Oh God, no.
No,
for,
missed the mark.
Yeah, for something with okay, so it's got Eddie Murphy and
whenever I think of Eddie Murphy, I think Boogie in the Butt.
Boogie in the Butt?
Because that's an Eddie Murphy song. Boogie in the butt, boogie
no, it
in the butt.
Is
it is, absolutely. I would never lie to you.
The only one I know
I would never lie to you, Nick.
I think you've had me go on a few times, though. No, Party All the Time. That's the one that I know. Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Okay,
how did I not know that?
So no Boogie in the Butt.
No, it fell flat. It was like, and I hate this about comedy movies. Like, it has a great cast. Jonah Hill's funny. Eddie Murphy's funny. There was just not a lot of funny in the movie, and it's supposed to be a comedy. Like, it was okay, but it's might be worth a watch.
All right.
It might not be. I guess it just depends on what kind of movies you guys are into, but yeah. So that's those are the only two things that I watched.
I watched a movie this week.
Did you?
Holy crap!
What'd
I
you
watched
watch?
a movie. I watched Strange World.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
The old one?
No, the new one that bombed for Disney, the animated thing that came out in December that
God.
nobody watched.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I'm thinking Cool World.
Yeah, Cool World. I wish I'd watched Cool World, but no, I watched Strange World, and it struck me as if you plugged all of like the Disney and Pixar movies into a computer and let an AI write the script.
Oh God.
It's kind of like that. It's almost like they made a movie for everybody, and it ended up being a movie for nobody.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was just very meh.
Generic-ish.
Yeah. Which is strange because it was Strange World. So there was a lot of very unique animation, very unique creatures. And it just kind of like, it just didn't resonate. Maybe somebody else it'll resonate with, but I've not heard anybody talking about it. So I really think they just made a movie that everybody's kind of like, eh.
And they're falling off the mighty are falling.
It had everything that it needed to succeed. It wasn't bad.
Just wasn't put in the right places.
It just didn't have anything special.
Yeah. There's a lot of junk being made nowadays.
It seems that way. Maybe we're just getting crotchety.
Maybe.
Curmudgeon.
God, are we that old now?
We are that old.
We are that old.
I'll be 50 this year, so I'm allowed.
I just hit 40, and I hate it.
You see, I'm going to get to something else I watched, and I think this is why I can count you as Generation X.
Okay.
Even though you may be a little, just a tad bit out of the years, you might actually be curmudgeonly enough to be Generation X.
I don't even
cynical.
Yeah.
Cynical.
I don't even know what I know I'm a millennial, but I don't
I've actually got a chart for you.
Have you?
I have a chart.
I know like I'm a subset of millennials called the Zillennials that are digital old people but analog young people.
Yeah, you've got like the shortest generation and nobody can remember the name.
Zennials.
You guys are more forgotten than the forgotten generation.
Yeah.
But I'll claim you. If you want to be Gen X, I'll claim you as Gen X.
You know what? I go where people need me, just like the Three Amigos.
There you go. Yeah, and the reason that I bring all that up is because when we get into TV, there's something I watched for that. So
okay. Yeah. Should we head into the movie news?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So Batman 2 should release around October of 2025.
Really?
Looks like they're still going to go through with.
Okay. They're keeping Patterson and...
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be in James Gunn's universe from what I read yesterday.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah. Which I don't mind him as Batman. I actually kind of like him as Batman.
Is it like official? They haven't cut it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because this...
From what I read, it's still on track to be made and released in October 2025. And that's probably just contracts and shit.
Yeah, probably. I just kind of wish they'd clean the slate so Gunn can have his own thing, because it seems like if there's going to be his universe and another DC universe, it's going to get really confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Can you imagine if he cast a different Batman for Brave and the Bold?
No.
Exactly. It's going to be chaos.
It
Dogs
will be.
and cats living together.
Yeah.
Since we got Groundhog's Day coming up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to watch that. I love that movie. That's such a good movie. Bad Boys 4 is moving forward with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
Will Smith is rumored to return as the genie in the live-action Aladdin sequel.
Cool.
So it looks like the slap has finally...
I really hope they poke fun at it in the movie, like have the genie slap somebody real hard or something.
Keep Jafar's name out your effing mouth. The Fast and Furious 10 trailer is dropping on February 10th.
Nice.
Fitting. This is Fast 10 and February 10th.
February 10.
Makes me furious.
Synergy, man. Synergy.
Confirmation that an Invincible movie is still in the works.
Like live action or animated?
Live action.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which was a rumor a long time ago, and it just kind of no news for a while, and then it popped up on my feed that they're still working on it. So
I think I'd prefer an animated, because I like the animated show. So.
Yeah. And then the butthole of the week, Stephen Dorph.
Oh, what did Stephen Dorph do?
He is mocking MCU's Blade, saying it's garbage.
Oh my gosh.
And saying that they already did Blade. And they did the best version of it that could possibly exist.
Well, he's right until proven wrong.
Yeah.
So since it doesn't exist yet, and honestly, Blade's had some issues, so I'm not going to naysay Dorph on this one.
I'm not either. I like the first one, but out of the original Blade trilogy, which one was your favorite?
Oh, the first one.
Oh, you really like the first one?
Yeah, I think so.
think
it's been a while since I've seen them all. The second one, was good. I'd probably have to watch them again, really, to say.
Yeah, because back when I was younger, the third one was my favorite, and as I aged and rewatched the second one, that one became my favorite.
It's time to rewatch some stuff.
Yeah.
Time to give it another look. Yeah. My eyes are older. Maybe I'll catch some things that I didn't catch before.
And that is all the news I got for movies. You got anything for news?
Avatar and Puss in Boots, 1 and 2 at the box office, as kind of predicted. Avatar may have its first competition up and may get dethroned next weekend.
Quantumania.
No, not yet. We're still another week away for that.
Poopy.
Yeah, this weekend we've got The Amazing Maurice, which is probably not going to dethrone Avatar, but it's written by one of my favorite authors, Terry Pratchett. It's a cute family animated thing.
Yeah.
So, if you want to take your family to the cartoons, that would be a good one. A 80 for Brady, which is Sally Field, Jane Fonda, Tomlin, Rita Moreno, and Tom Brady.
And he didn't he just retire again this morning?
Probably. Yeah, I think he's retiring like every other season or something. Every season. I'm just retiring.
Yeah, no joke.
But the one that's probably going to dethrone Avatar from the #1 spot is Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, yeah, with Bautista. Dave Bautista and...
Yeah, Shyamalan, a ding-dong movie.
Yeah.
And
he's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
That Shyamalan twist, man, and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan doing his good stuff with Dave Bautista. Rupert Grint's on it.
There we go. That's the other guy I was thinking of.
And we get Black Panther: Wakanda Forever on Disney Plus. So
yeah, that actually just came out today. So we're gonna watch that tonight. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get just finger foods for tonight.
Nice.
We're gonna do chicken fingers. We're gonna do French fries. We're gonna watch some Wakanda Forever.
Sounds like I'll be watching it sometimes Wednesdays Sarah goes to bed early, so that'd be I'll probably watch it whenever that she's up for it, which hopefully will be tonight. But tonight's also Bad Batch, which we always watch Bad Batch. So yeah, but that's all I got for movies.
Let's move into the television. Okay, so what I've been watching, we talked about it briefly last week, Shrinking. With Harrison Ford
Still good?
Jason Segel. Yeah. I think I've got another episode to watch, but I don't think I've seen an Apple TV show that I don't like yet.
They've all been pretty solid.
Yeah. Ted Lasso was really good. And then no, actually I watched Mythic Quest. That was my first Apple TV thing.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so that's got Mac from Always Sunny, Rob McElhenney. And he works for a video game company. It's got about the same humor.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. But yeah, Shrinking is about a shrink that I believe lost his wife. And he's got to like raise his daughter that reminds him of his wife.
Oh.
And I want to say Harrison Ford's his dad.
Mentor or whatever.
Yeah, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
And he's a shrink that does... He's sick of not being able to help people the way he wants to, so he starts doing all these unorthodox methods of helping people.
So he's like vigilante shrink.
Exactly. I think they use that line in the show.
Okay.
So, really good. And Jason Segel is just I really like him as an actor. So
yeah, I definitely want to catch that at some. Shrinking sounds pretty good.
That's all I got that's all I've watched.
Watched another episode of the Bad Batch. It's pretty solid.
So
definitely good with that. But I new things I watched. I watched a documentary about a show that actually made me enjoy the show more for some reason than my initial reaction to it. I watched the documentary for Willow.
Okay.
And it's not often that I change my mind, and there's still definitely some things that I was not happy with Willow. There were some uneven things with it. But the documentary just made me feel better about the show for some reason. Yeah. Do you remember the first teaser they did for Willow?
Yeah, where they were all sitting at the
picnic table doing the offbeat kind of humor? The documentary was full of that.
Okay.
And so I was very happy to see that, and I got the feeling that Willow would have been so much better if they hadn't had the weight of trying to pull stuff from the original into it. Yeah. And they had just kind of let it be its own thing. Anyway, so that, and then I watched the Generation X documentary, the first 2 episodes. There's more. Narrated by Christian Slater, who also made his appearance in Willow.
Generation X?
Yeah.
Is it like the X-Men thing?
No, it's Generation X. Like the Generation Me. Oh. People born from 1965 to 1980.
Oh, hence the graph that you put.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, from Generation X. Okay. So it was very interesting. Of course, I mean, I was born in 73, so I lived through all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it was interesting just hearing about it instead of living it, just like, I don't know, putting a spotlight on the key points that made Generation X what Generation X is.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of, and for if there's anybody young listening to this show, we and the baby boomers are very far apart.
Yeah.
In our sensibilities. The baby boomers grew up in basically golden America, and Generation X grew up when everything was falling apart.
Yeah.
We had the loss of Vietnam. So the United States lost a war. The United States had a crook for a president. The United States, economy tanked in 83. We had our first big recession. So it a whole bunch of disappointment. Our leading singer of grunge died, it's so a lot of disappointment there, and we constant threat of nuclear annihilation, basically living through the concept of the Cold War. So it was interesting how they kind of put a light on all those big aspects and how it dealt with psyche of that generation. Oh yeah, and the first generation to deal with massive divorce.
Oh yeah.
Where the divorce rate spiked higher than it's ever been before. So very interesting to just kind of see all those things laid out.
Yeah. Dang. I want to say that there's some sort of, because like the baby boomers, they were all married and didn't like their women were just stay-at-home wives and stuff. Wasn't generation?
Oh yeah, Generation X also the first generation to deal with declining economic, I guess, wealth.
Yeah.
You know, where you're not as well off as your parents.
Yeah.
And that.
And the boomers just do not want to see that.
They
don't want to. They don't want to give you any credit.
No, they grew up in the golden time where everything was going up, everything. I mean, you know, they won a war, and so the economy is great, finances were great,
and they could get 2 cars in a house for $25,000.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah, they saw life get so much better.
Yeah.
And that kind of defines their generation, where Generation X started to see it all fall apart.
Yeah. That and the fact, like, Generation X is the first generation that didn't beat their spouses either. So that could help with the divorce.
That could.
You can't keep anybody in line anymore. That's bad. That's a bad joke. This is a terrible joke.
So anyway, we got some shows that came out last week, some reviews. Lockwood and Company actually got a pretty decent review of 78 on Metacritic. That's on Netflix.
Yeah, I think I saw a preview of it.
Yeah, it actually got a little higher than Shrinking. Shrinking only got a 67.
That's because people don't know what to watch.
They may not.
That's why there's not enough people are listening to Ogre.
The highest thing on the list is Poker Face.
Lady Gaga. Nice.
No,
I've heard it's a really good show. If it would get a lot more traction if it was on a more popular streaming platform.
Yeah, because it's on like Peacock or something. I forget. I didn't write it down this week. 1 point below that is The Last of Us, which everybody's talking about.
Yeah, that's already renewed for season 2.
Yeah, Dylan loves it, and he asked me about it. It's like the Nier Automata thing, where I played the game, enjoyed the game so much that it's hard for me to want to dive back into it, because The Last of Us video game was one of my top 5 emotional experiences in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
And Nier is up there as well in that top 5. But to go through it again in a TV show, I don't know that I want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the whole season's out, and then I'm gonna get it and binge it.
I hear it's really good.
Yeah.
So if you haven't played the game, or if you don't mind, going through the story again, it's probably a great show to check out.
Well, who's the main actor in there? Because I love him.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, I can't remember his name for some reason.
Me either. We'll find it here in a second. Night Court got a 65, and the 90s Show got a 58. So those are the breakdown on the latest reviews for TV. TV coming out.
Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
Yeah, I like him a lot, so I'm probably going to watch it just based on him. But I get what you're saying about Nier, wanting to... You've already played the game and experienced the story.
Yeah, and just watching the TV show is just going to make me want to play the game again. And even though, I don't know, the experience I had with the first one actually kept me from playing the second one, because I heard of some of the plot points, and I just was like, no, I'm not. It's very drama, very heavy on the drama, and I just can't bring myself to do that right now. We got a special show coming out, the Great British Baking Show, but for professionals.
I thought it was in America, because I know they're doing a Great American Baking Show.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of spinoffs. So if you like your Great British Baking Show, there's a new one coming out today on Netflix. That's really the only TV.
Okay. Let's see. For news, I have Futurama is coming to Hulu. Like a renewal series is coming to Hulu or Disney Plus this summer. I guess it depends on your region.
Reboot?
No, I think a continuation.
Okay.
King of the Hill revival has been ordered at Hulu.
Nice.
Damn it, Bobby.
King of the Hill, it just doesn't strike me as one of those shows that is going to be the same in this current generation.
No. God, no.
Can it be the same?
I doubt it. The live-action One Piece series should debut some point this year, and I'm a bit nervous, just based
yeah.
on like Cowboy Bebop and shit.
And Cowboy Bebop was probably the best anime adaptation into live action that I've seen.
The creator of Cowboy Bebop was not a fan of it,
Really?
and he said it's clearly not Cowboy Bebop. So we're gonna quit the podcast today. Both of like I know my taste is trash now.
Because even the creator's like, you suck.
I'm handing in my resignation, effective immediately. Apparently, yeah.
I said it was the best anime adaptation, but I kind of agree with him a little bit. Because I still didn't feel like it had the same vibe as the cartoon.
I don't. Okay, so I liked a little differences and stuff, but I don't like how they brought Ed and wait, no. Ein and Ed?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't like how they waited till the last episode to bring him in. So, oh man, I don't know. I dug it. I dug the way it looked. I still...
Oh, I think it was really good.
Yeah.
Really well done. Surprised the creator said that. But, oh well, what you gonna do? It's One Piece.
I'm gonna continue having my trash taste. That's what I'm gonna do.
Just be you, man. Just be you.
But yeah, so yeah, hopefully Jamie Lee Curtis is connected because I know she was pitching pretty hard to be like the voice of Chopper or something.
Really?
Shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love her more every day.
I do too.
She's just amazing.
Stranger Things 5, season 5, begins filming in May, according to Noah
Final
Schnapp.
season, I believe.
Yeah, it's the final season. Makes me sad. I was hoping that it was already filming because I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
For our lives to be over.
There'll always be something else. During the Generation X thing, Kevin Smith was on there, and he said something about Generation X, which I thought was interesting. And he said Generation X is the first generation to remove the pop from pop culture and it just be our culture.
Yeah.
So, basically what he was saying was that, before Generation X, it was all fringe. To the side, Andy Warhol, people were interested in these little niche things. And then when Generation came around, just like Dungeons and Dragons, it's just part of the culture. And it's not just niche anymore. Anyway.
Let's see. The last thing I got is The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, and Family Guy have all been renewed for 2 more seasons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm so far behind on multiples of the show. I don't think I've seen.
They're there. You're like, you know what? I feel like watching some Bob's Burgers, and you're like, yeah.
I'm current. I'm actually current on that one. I'm a couple seasons behind on Family Guy, and I'm like 10 seasons behind on Simpsons.
The Simpsons I just turn on every once in a while just to see what's going on, but it's still nice to know it's still there, kicking.
But that is all the TV stuff I have. You want to move into anime?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Anime.
All right, so I've been watching. I've only watched one, and it's Trigun. I watched the dub and the sub. I'm gonna continue watching the dub and the sub every week. Got to see Wolfwood. Super happy about that. I'm hoping it leads to the Gun Home Guns, and it looks like it's heading that direction.
Yeah.
So, I'm really interested to see the rest of the season. I'm getting the. I don't even know how to describe it. Just like the good feelings that I had when I first watched the original Trigun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Trigun too. I mean, it's a good anime season all around. I'm not going to go over any of the new shows, mostly because we've talked about all the current seasons so far. And unless you're really deep into anime, you've heard it all at this point. But as far as the fans go, the Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten moved up to the #1 spot. So just throwing that out there.
I don't have any. Well, James, I guess, is my angel next
James
door.
James is your angel.
Yeah,
he's your angel next
And
door.
he bakes me a lot of stuff.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
I'm sure he does. You all are baked all the time.
Oh no, not that type of bake. No, he will literally bake a cake and have his kids run it over or run it over himself. Muffins, breads. I mean,
James is a good guy.
He gets in these phases where he just loves cooking, and so we gotta bake back. And for a while there, we were just
bake off.
Yeah.
Neighborhood bake off.
But you know what? Who wins? Everybody.
Everybody wins.
Wins.
Yeah, everybody wins.
Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, that's all the anime news I got. So
I'm gonna challenge you to an anime thing.
Okay.
So now that the season is well underway and I've narrowed my shows down, I'm basically waiting on some to finish, and I'll probably follow just a couple. But as far as this broadcast, I want us to go back in time. I want us to at least watch a couple of shows of like original anime and discuss it. Now this week I've watched Astro Boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 1963.
Yeah.
So that's where we're starting with Astro Boy. And I watched the very first episode of Astro Boy. Astro Boy had 193 episodes total. But it's like what's considered the first start to anime, where it just really gets started. So I would like for both of us to watch at least one episode of the next one, Gigantor.
Gigantor, okay.
Yeah, so Gigantor is next up on the list. But I just want to,
where was the Dirty Pair? I'd rather watch the Dirty Pair.
It's actually coming up not too far from where we're at, because I flipped through like the next decade, and it's definitely closer down that list in the 70s than what I thought it would be.
What about Speed Racer?
Speed Racer's coming up real soon.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, Speed Racer come up in a next week or two.
I've watched all of Speed Racer.
We may talk about it. So as far as Astro Boy goes, I just am going to share one frame from the show with Nick, so he gets the experience of the first episode of Astro Boy, and we may have to change Astro Boy's pronunciation to Astro Boy.
It does look like he is getting his booty hole checked quite thoroughly.
So about 17 minutes into the first episode, Astro Boy has to power up all these other robots, and little boy robot drops his trowels, and he's like, "Oh, but my charge port's over here."
No. Fucking perverted Japanese
1963 goodness right there.
Yeah.
You want to take that?
No.
It's history, man. It's history.
We need to like frame it and just have a hall of moments.
Actually, the first episode of Astro Boy was much darker than I expected it to be. It had concepts of slavery and child prostitution.
Doesn't a lot of anime still have that stuff?
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm just saying, it's historic in 1963. So there was some interesting themes going on in the 1963 Astro Boy.
I don't remember what studio came out with the computer animated Astro Boy, like a Disney Pixar movie.
Okay.
But Nicolas Cage did the creator of Astro Boy.
Oh,
he did the voice.
He did the creator.
Yeah,
that's Nicolas Cage.
And is charging for it. But yeah, no, we went to the theaters and actually watched it, and I actually really liked that movie. But
cool.
I might be the only one.
Well, if your homework is Gigantor, which I may have the best theme song of all anime.
Oh, that's tough.
I know.
That's
You're
tough.
gonna have to.
That's a bold statement, JD.
Yeah. So Gigantor, if you want to hear a cool theme song,
better than Evangelion.
I don't know. We'll have to compare. It's pretty good,
I don't
though.
think there is any. You know what? I'm about to pull it up and listen to it right now.
It's pretty good.
We didn't have copyright infringement stuff.
I don't even know if the studio is still in works or whatever, but I don't know about theme songs. I don't know if we could play those or not. So anyway, that's our task. We're going to review some old anime and dig up some little history here.
Looks like a Costco Iron Giant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, is it in black and white?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, nice.
Yeah, I don't want you to watch the whole thing because there's like 50, 60 episodes, maybe 90.
Yeah, so just the first few?
Yeah, just watch a couple. Watch an episode or two. We'll talk about Gigantor.
Okay.
What we feel about it and how we feel about it.
Do you know where we can find it? Maybe some other people.
There's at least a dozen on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no problem then. All right. Should we move on to video games, or you got more anime stuff?
That's it for anime.
All right, video games it is.
Video games.
All right, Sarah, I've been playing a few games.
Okay.
Fortnite has added Piccolo and Gohan.
Nice.
I haven't had a chance to pick them up yet. It just got released yesterday. Not for it being like centered around the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, you would think you would get Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan.
Okay.
But no, we just got regular Piccolo and Gohan, Super Saiyan Gohan, and Awakened Piccolo, where he's lime green instead of hunter green.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Good
Boo
to know.
on you, Epic.
Good to know.
Yeah. Let's see. I already talked about Dead Space. Oh, Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that?
It's fucking incredible.
I
dude.
know.
It is really
Dead
good.
Space and Hi-Fi Rush are competing for best game of the year so far.
And it's got
And a stealth drop.
Yeah.
A freaking stealth drop game and it's like selling on Steam like crazy. Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. In fact, I might buy it on Steam. I think I might start.
You won't be the only one because a lot of people are picking it up, even though it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But it's truly a contender for Game of the Year already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played much, but right now it's top for me.
The boss battles are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just the whole style. I talk sometimes about how games forget to be fun.
Yeah.
But this has got it in spades. It is fun, stylish. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is.
And the fact that they pulled this off as a stealth drop, and the studio, I loved Evil Within too. Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah. The studio that did this, it's so different from what they've done before.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have expected it. And apparently that was part of the reason they stealth dropped it, is because
they didn't know how it was going to be received.
They knew it was good.
Yeah.
And they knew it was a big departure from what they've done before. So eventually they just decided to stealth drop it. And everybody's loving it.
Yeah, they made a great choice. That's all I played though. I've got some news, but
I played Marvel Midnight Suns more.
Yeah.
It's still good. I probably will just slow down a bit to play other games, but I will probably just go through a day or two rotation of that. Just get my fix in for the show until I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Engage. So thankful that Fire Emblem has full voice acting, which is hit or miss for Japanese studios these days, and love that about it. I'm going to pick up a physical copy of that as well. I sent my rental back because I knew I wanted to, spend some time with it.
Yeah.
So pick up a good copy of that. And Neptunia, Sister versus Sister, basically you either love the Neptunia games or you don't. It's either your thing or you're not.
Yeah.
Sexy anime chicks with guns. I'm there for it.
I don't even see the appeal.
You're still playing Nikkei.
Yes, I am. Every day. I'm actually going through withdrawals right now because an hour ago, the daily timers reset.
Uh-oh.
And I haven't had a chance to do it yet. So I'm
the day's almost over, Nick. You better get on that.
I've got the cold sweats. I got them cold sweats. You've been playing anything else?
Those are all the things that there is a game coming out. I haven't played it yet, but Avatar Generations, the Airbender.
Oh, okay.
They've got a mobile game hitting today.
Oh, interesting.
Or yesterday, whatever. It's out.
Huh. Awesome. For news, I have Star Wars Jedi Survivor delayed 6 weeks. April 28th is the new release date.
A lot of vegetables in the video game news.
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Here's some dessert though.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know if it's dessert or not, but Street Fighter has a mobile game coming out this month, and it's called Street Fighter Duel, and it's a free-to-play RPG.
Cool.
Which will be interesting because I don't really feel like Street Fighter is ever an RPG, but
is this mobile?
Yeah.
It'll be. I'll try it out, but I very rarely play mobile games for a long period of time.
Yeah. So now that you have a bite of dessert, you want another bite of veggie?
Yeah, I got a couple myself. Let's see if you got the same.
Apex Mobile is shutting down, and Battlefield Mobile has been canceled altogether.
Yeah, EA canceling 2 of their mobile games, and
they're not giving refunds for Apex Mobile.
Really?
And it's only been out for like 8 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Wow. EA.
Yeah, more vegetables. Looks like we've got confirmation that Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox will not be doing E3 this year.
Yeah.
And it was there was a whole decade of my life where I would just shut down. I would take vacation that week and just watch nothing but E3, and now it's just like not a magical time of year anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've taken the holiday out of it, which, let's be honest, I don't get it, because the studios are going to have announcements. They're going to have announcements around that time.
Yeah.
Because they've all got their direct state of play, Nintendo Direct, Xbox Showcase, I think is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
They've all got all that, so...
See, the reason I like watching them in the arena is because when the audience cheer, I knew I was supposed to be excited for stuff.
Yeah, and you got things like, don't you all have phones?
Oh
And
God, yeah.
You get all that kind of stuff that goes along with the drama.
Or Jamie Kennedy as the host, just making fun of everybody, making fun of the audience the whole entire time. Oh my God.
So it's definitely a theater of wins and losses with E3, and
Dude,
maybe they're just being too cautious. I guess.
Yeah.
They don't want to be thrown in the ring.
Dude, the cringiest E3. What was your cringiest thing you think you've ever seen at E3?
Oh man. My memory's not very good.
Okay, so for when they announced Rage 2. They had Andrew WK come out on stage and sing Ready to Die.
Okay.
And he was so into it, gave a really good performance and shit, and just nobody in their seats were moving. I would have been jamming, I bet, because I like him. But just everybody in their seats are just blankly staring at him while he's just, jamming. And it's like, wow, what the hell has happened? And they did that to Usher, too. When Usher did, what was it, Scream for... dance. It's a dance game. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go off there, but yeah, it's just just stone faced robots in the audience.
I see why they're doing it, but I will miss E3.
Yeah.
Even though E3 is apparently still going on, it just will be third party studios, I guess.
And well, they did mention that it was going to be a convention that celebrates influencers too. And I think that's when that died for me. That was a few years ago.
Yeah, it was. I remember that. That was probably the cringiest moment for me. Yeah. when they started celebrating influencers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, this is cool though. There is a device that's like the Steam Deck, and it's called the Ayaneo 2. And I'm probably butchering the name. Ayaneo 2, number 2. It supposedly has a faster CPU, a better screen, and even smaller form factor than the Steam Deck.
Interesting.
And it's a bit pricier, but it's everything I'm reading about it seems pretty good. But I've never heard of the company.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into either getting a Steam Deck. That's why I'm talking about buying more games on Steam. So I'm looking at getting either a Steam Deck or possibly one of these because I like the whole Switch. I'm kind of digging the handheld because I feel like I can hang out with my family.
Yeah.
And play at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah, you know me. I'm not a big handheld person, but
yeah. And then the last bit of news I have is I might have to be a sucker and buy the PSVR 2 because of a Zombieland game that was announced called Zombieland Headshot Fever Reloaded.
Very cool.
Yeah, I might have to do that. But that's all I got for games.
We've got a game dropping this week, which I know you're excited about. Cuddly Forest Friends.
Oh, absolutely.
got your Cuddly Forest Friends. Now, the next big game is Hogwarts coming out on the 10th. Yeah. We're all just waiting for that.
That's very soon.
It's very soon.
Might have to go out. Maybe I'll go out today and see if I can't score another PS5.
Yep, coming out on the 10th. That's all I got for games.
All right, let's head into other
Geekly things.
Few things. Showtime is, as a brand, apparently is no more.
Really?
It's completely merging with Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
So like
some consolidation in the streaming wars.
Yeah. And I don't know how that's going to affect like boxing or the cable channels of Showtime. So it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then apparently Apple doesn't allow villains. Well, maybe I shouldn't say this. because this is going to be something I'm going to look for in every movie I watch and every TV show I watch now. Apparently, you can tell who's a villain in a show, or actually who's a good guy in a show, by the phone they're using.
Oh,
because Apple.
that is such corporate nonsense, and it's probably 100% true.
Apparently, Apple will not let villains use an iPhone in movies and TV.
Wow,
yeah,
that is absolutely amazing.
So
in such a bad way.
Yeah. So if you're watching a mystery or some sort of thriller or something,
you know who
check
did
their
it.
phones.
Check their phones.
Yep. You see that Apple logo? Trustworthy. Yeah. See this, JD? Oh shit. There's an apple under there.
Okay, yeah. I believe you, Nick. I believe you.
That's all I got for other. You got anything for other?
No, just one rumor.
Okay, I got 3 rumors.
Okay. Yeah, my cousin Phil, shout out to him. He says that the rumor section is his favorite part of the show.
Good.
So we'll see what he thinks about some of these.
Yeah. You want me to start it off?
Or you want to start it off? Mine's not as juicy as probably some of yours. Mostly because it's kind of a niche thing. Okay. One of my favorite books of all time is Ender's Game.
Okay.
And they made a movie with Harrison Ford not too long ago, which didn't do very well.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
But don't, because it didn't do justice to the book. And honestly, having read the book and it being such an amazing book, there are certain things about the book that I don't think you can duplicate. And that's kind of the whole purpose of the book. So I don't know that film, media, TV, I don't know if any of those things are the appropriate place for it. But the rumor is that Ender's Game is going to get a TV series, which I do think is better than film, but I don't think will work.
What do you think the medium of choice should be?
The book is the way it should be.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because the reason that I don't think film or TV can do it justice is because the main character is about 6. And
like years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can't do the things that character does with an actual 6-year-old. They are not capable of acting in that way.
Get a little person and some CGI.
Well, which a CGI person, even though they're really good these days.
Yeah. Sometimes they're not that good.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're good enough to pull it off. Is what I'm saying.
So it sounds like it's a must-read book.
It is a must-read book. It won both a Nebula and a Hugo.
Okay.
It's the best book that Orson Scott Card did, even though he's turned a little bit J.K. Rowling and his views with different things. So we don't like him on that front. But
is it over 500 pages?
No.
Oh, good, because that's my limit.
But it's one of the best sci-fi books you can read.
Didn't they have a video game called Ender's Game?
I don't know if there's been a video game.
I don't know if it's related, but I remember a PlayStation.
There's like a Zone of Enders, which was
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, will this be a TV series? Maybe, because it's such a highly rated book. Will they be able to do it justice? I don't think so.
Oh, that's kind of poopy. I'll have to check the book out. I'll have to read it, because I think that's the second time you brought it up to me.
Yeah, so it's so good that I gave a copy to one of my middle schoolers.
Yeah.
And their graduating year, they sent me a letter back to the middle school saying how influential that book had been to their life 4 years later,
Interesting. That's awesome. Whew. You know what? It's obvious to me. It's probably 100% going to happen, and it's probably 100% you don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
And I think I'm kind of in the same boat.
Once you read the book,
you'll understand.
I think you'll understand.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, so X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Will be at least 2 seasons long.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So
the rumor is that it's only going to be 2 seasons.
No. The rumor is that it's already approved for 2 seasons.
Oh.
Which I know is it's X-Men 97 news.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna squeeze it in there somehow.
Yeah.
But it makes me happy, and I hope it goes on for 100 years, just like Rick and Morty.
Considering how production goes with animation, I would give that a high likelihood that they went ahead and greenlit a second season, and then they figure, if they need to cut it after that, based on the reaction, they probably can.
Yeah.
But I can see them just saying, okay, we're going to give it at least 2 seasons, and then we'll decide if there's more.
Yeah. So
highly likely.
Do your part. Watch it.
Oh,
everybody listening to this, watch X-Men 97 because I'll never forgive the human race if it gets canceled. This is my
just like the
vow.
Just like the Simpsons, 30-something seasons.
Exactly. Okay, so now we're gonna get in the juicier stuff. Oh, okay. Actually, I think that rumor's true, so I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll give it a 10 for hope and hoping it's true as well. So
yeah.
All right, now the juicy stuff. Okay, this steak right here.
Okay.
We're gonna say it's cooked medium.
Okay, a medium cooked steak.
Yes. Let's see. New season of Snap will be Sentinel and Nimrod theme, and I think since this has been proven, so I don't think it's a rumor anymore.
So we're talking about the video game, the mobile game Snap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I saw something about it earlier this morning. I think this next month's Battle Pass is going to be Sentinel and Nimrod centered.
Okay. Now, I would say Nimrod over Sentinel. And the only reason I say that is because I think Sentinel is just on everybody's rumor mill right now because of the MCU stuff.
Are you thinking Sentry?
You're right. I am thinking Sentry.
Because
yeah, so it's going to be X-Men thing.
Well, Sentry's in the game now too.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So Nimrod, X-Men theme. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Why not? It's got to be something.
Yeah. It's so the main card for the Battle Pass is going to be Nimrod, Sentinel variants, and I think Wolverine variant as well in the Battle Pass. So
yeah, Wolverine's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, they really buffed his card, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. So he works like Deadpool now. So whenever he gets destroyed, he comes back double the power, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that'll be a game changer. And they nerf Leader finally. Okay. Anyway, that should have been in the video game stuff. This is rumors. I think since it's been proven, we don't even need to rank it.
Yeah. Okay. It's probably gonna happen.
And then now here's the juiciest steak.
Okay.
Okay. This is medium rare. All right. Talks about the Secret Wars being split into 2 movies, part 1 and part 2.
I mean, I thought it was already kind of split with the way they did the King Dynasty and all that. But talks about it, sure, 100%. Will it be split into 2 movies?
I think it will.
I don't know.
I think it will.
I think it has enough potential to, but
because was Avengers like Infinity War and Endgame always going to be 2 movies? I thought it was only supposed to be 1 for a while, and then they split that into 2. Maybe not, because I don't see how they could fit all that shit into 1 movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, considering the success of the others, why not? But it seems kind of weird that they didn't go ahead and say that at the announcement.
Maybe it's just still way too early in the stages.
Yeah. I'm going to say 100%, 10 that they've talked about it. And I'm just going to give it a 6 that it actually happens as 2.
Now, there are some extremely juicy rumors out there about Ant-Man.
Okay.
Quantumania. There's more rumors out there about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I didn't even put those in because if those become true, that's just ruining stuff. So, let me know on Facebook if you want slightly juicier rumors or if you like it the way we are with like not spoiling major plot points. I feel like I left them out because I was just
I don't know. I feel like it's fair game personally.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, because we're not saying it is or it isn't.
Yeah.
And if it does happen to be true, you know what you're getting into.
You kind of do, because we inform you that it's the rumor game. Could be true, might not, whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Right, let's do it. What are some of these rumors?
Okay, so there's a leak where Drax looks like he's beaten down and bloody.
Okay.
Might be the end of him. There's also another like a screenshot leak of who was it? Nebula, I believe Nebula and Groot. And don't hold me to this because I don't have it in front of me. Doing the Ravager salute.
Yeah.
Like they did to send off Yondu.
Okay.
So they thinking Drax is definitely dying.
I could see that. I mean, doesn't seem like much of a stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done with the MCU. He's made no allusions to the fact that he's pretty much done with the character.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the bigger question is who survives? Rocket,
rough.
Groot, I think they both survive.
Yeah.
I can see Nebula surviving because I can see her doing some more stuff with Marvel. Gamora, Drax, Star-Lord, I think they may all be done.
I don't even think Gamora needs to act anymore. I think she's set with all those $1 billion movies.
Yeah, $4 billion movies. Yeah.
And then the last one is that we are going to see a shitload of Kangs. Okay. So I don't know much about Kang.
Oh, okay.
But apparently he's gone by numerous different names.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But in one of the post-credit scenes of Ant-Man, you sure you want to hear this?
Yeah.
We get to see a very shocked-looking Loki and Mobius.
Sounds about right, because
Okay.
we knew season 2 was going to continue with the Kang storyline based on how season 1's left off.
Oh, this is crazy. I hope it's true, because I'd love to see these guys.
And that to me would mean they're finally getting back to tying in more of the MCU together.
Yeah.
Which we sorely need that. So
yeah. I just hate how they because I feel like there was a couple movies there that they did that just in the post-credit scenes.
Oh yeah.
Where they'd tie the shit in. So I would like to see more of the tie-ins during the meat and potatoes course of the movie, you know.
Agreed.
Yeah. But those are all I have. So
yeah, I think all that stuff is pretty likely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows at this point, but I'd give it better than 5 that pretty much Drax being gone.
That's gonna probably tear me
8,
up.
9. Loki and Mobius showing up in the main part of the movie. I give that a
No. In the post-credit scene.
In the post-credit scene, I give it a high.
Yeah.
Because I think they'll do it post-credits again.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 or 9 for that. In the main part of the movie, I get a bit lower, but
okay.
8 or 9 for the post-credits.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. I think I'm right there with you. I feel like James Gunn likes to make his audience cry a little bit. So I feel like it's going to be devastating.
We all know this is the send-off movie for Guardians.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no real doubt about that. He's moved on to DC, and yeah, a lot of these actors have already come out and said they're basically done with the MCU. So yeah, Guardians 3 is going to be the send-off movie for a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
This has been Ogre.
Yeah, Old Guys Geekly Review episode 29.
9. Yeah, Guardians is cool. It'd be sad to see it end.